With this comes a renewal of many rivalries, probably none more intense nor storied than Ateneo versus Salle. The Blue Eagles wrested the title from the defending champs in Season 80, and they did so despite Salle having two-time MVP Ben Mbala. What spelled the difference for the boys from Katipunan, aside from their tremendous defense, was their ability to execute in crucial situations, or their poise, their unselfishness, and their ability to make big plays, especially in Game 3 of the finals. Let's take a look back at some of the most memorable ones in last season's championship match. In one of the early turning points of the game, we saw a glimpse of Coach Tab's brilliance drawing up out-of-bounds plays. In what looked like a setup for an alley-oop to 30 with 9/10 of a second remaining, this turned out to be a misdirection play which was really for Anton Asisio cutting to the wing. The slight hesitation on the defense was just enough to allow him to receive the ball, but credit Asisio for making an impossible turnaround shot at the buzzer. This gave the Blue Eagles a comfortable 7-point lead heading into the half. One thing Ateneo was excellent at throughout the game was their poise and maturity. Like this play in the middle of the third, right after a big basket by Melesio, they took their time, called a set play, and found the mismatch with Verano being guarded by the smaller Karakut. Verano's man, Santillan, was guarding Matt Nieto at the perimeter. Nieto found Verano, who, after a couple of dribbles, hands it off to Nieto for an open three, while their defenders Karakut and Santillan were late to recognize the switch. Barely 3 minutes later, Ateneo ran the same chin play, but this time Abu Chatter does an excellent job of reading the play. He denies the pass to Verano in the corner. This triggers a secondary variation as Jolo reverses to 30 in the middle. Now no longer the recipient of the ball, Verano sets up a flare screen for the passer, Jolo Mendoza, opening him up for a wide-open three-point shot as LaSalle's defense is late to react. Similar to the handoff a few plays earlier, the flare screen opens up the shooter as the defense was unable to switch in time. Excellent read and reaction to what the defense gave them on that play. And when their initial shots weren't falling, Ateneo just flat out showed that they were the hungrier team and wanted to win it more. Off this well-executed baseline inbounds play in the fourth, the Blue Eagles are able to set up Asisio, the inbounder, off a down screen by Ike. It's as open a look as any Asisio got the whole game, but just didn't fall. Yet from the weak side, 30 comes out of nowhere and skies over Montalvo to grab the rebound. And as he landed, still manages to kick it out to Matt Nieto before falling to the floor. Nieto drains the dagger 3. If there was a play that epitomized how much Ateneo wanted this game, from grabbing the rebound over the defender to hitting the big shot, this was it. The next play down the floor was another instance LaSalle should have already gotten possession. 30 is stopped on the initial penetration, makes a weak pass to Ike that was initially picked off by Santillan. Instead of taking the ball forcefully, Santillan still allows Tolentino to get a hand on it and tap it away towards the baseline. Ike regains possession on the baseline and takes a power dribble to the basket. But instead of going up strong as he is met by two defenders, Ike finds a wide open Asisio at the top of the key. And just as they did all game long, Ateneo passes up a good shot for a better shot. This one a second consecutive triple that puts them up by 6 midway through the final period. The biggest play of the game, fittingly, is another display of poise, unselfishness, and a knack for hitting big shots from Ateneo. Off a timeout after Ateneo sees their 10-point lead cut down to 2 with less than a minute remaining, Matt Nieto milks the shot clock. When it reads less than 10 seconds, he initiates the play. As Melesio is able to stay in front of him, Nieto turns and looks for 30, relocating from the corner. As they've done throughout the series, they utilize Mbala's man as the screener to force the pick and pop. 30 does well to receive the switch off Mbala, then turn the corner and attack, forcing even his initial defender to try to help inside. He also does not lose composure even as Mbala is able to stay in front of him. As he counters with a turn back to the middle, instead of forcing a tough turnaround over Big Ben, he kicks it out to Isaac Go, who fades to his favorite spot. The defense does a good job of recovering but was just not long enough to block the 6'7" center's looping triple. Poise, unselfishness, and the willingness to take and make big shots. That was the ball game and the championship. Can Ateneo defend their crown, or will a new school emerge as king of the UAAP? Stay tuned to ABS-CBN Sports to find out.